Check, check, check. Check, check. Check, check. It's a beautiful day in Yuma, sunny and 92 as the Arizona Western Matadors host the Gateway Geckos for some ACC women's soccer. Good afternoon to you. I'm Tim Slack. The Lady Matadors currently rolling with a 7-match unbeaten streak. Arizona Western has been piling up the wins as of late through a pretty explosive offense that really seemed to get comfortable once they came home at the beginning of the season. They scored 12 goals in the second home match against South Mountain. They went on the road and played this Gateway team in a non-conference game, scored 7 goals there. It has been a little tighter as of late. 2-1 win at Phoenix, big road conference win. They tied Paradise Valley on the road, and then they beat South Mountain on Thursday 3-1. And that game, a little uncomfortable for the Matadors. They had just played South Mountain here, as I mentioned, and beat them 12-0 in the non-conference contest. And that game was tied at 0 heading into the half before the Matadors were able to find the net. And when they did it very quickly and in bunches. It was Rahel Akaedi scoring 13 seconds into the second half that produced the first goal. The Matadors would add 2 more, and ultimately, as South Mountain struck one time in the final 15 minutes of the match, the Matadors were still able to hold the 3-1 win. But it is something that Coach Acosta, in her second season, has been talking about: focus, completing a full 90 minutes with this team, and playing tough-minded. And they had some opportunities in that first half, the Lady Matadors did, but just did not convert. So as they kind of settled in to that rhythm, that mindset that she has set forth for them, the Matadors cruised to the victory. But the offense has been up and down a little bit. They have been pretty good. You look at the leading goal scorer right now is Vera Asari with 6. She's turned it on as of late. Rahel Akaedi has been consistent throughout the year. She has 5 goals. And then you got 3 more goal scorers right there as well. Tyra McKenzie with 5, Karen Rivas with 4, Elizabeth Ephraim with 4, and 4 other Matadors have found the net at various points this year. So it is a diverse attack. There's a lot of different types of styles and a lot of different ways that the Matadors can score, but at the same time, they are looking for that consistency, the ability to put up 3-4 goals at a time and continue to push forward. So today's opponent, the Gateway Geckos, mentioned they beat them 7-0 back on September 7th, and that was in the Phoenix area, and the Matadors were able to jump out early and kind of cruise to a victory there as well. But this is a Gateway team that is looking for goal scorers. Jana Curtis and Ariana Franklin are the only ones who've even found the net this year, a team that is 0-10 and 0-3 in conference play, and they're looking for their footing under head coach Greg Johnson as they continue to get further into conference play. Only 10 conference games this year in the ACC-AC. Even get some questions around campus this week about the restructured schedule. And basically in the ACC-AC during the off season, it was really brought forward that there were too many games, 3 games a week, where it was wearing down on teams' depth. It was kind of a detriment to players' health. And as a result, the conference elected to go to 10 conference games. And so those are the last 10 games. The way the ACC-AC has kind of done it this year has been to play non-conference games against conference opponents, hence why Arizona Western and Gateway have already played each other this year. But it makes the games that do count as conference action very valuable, and everyone certainly important. The Matadors currently sitting close to the top. They're 1-0-1 in conference play. They tied Paradise Valley to start. They got their first conference win against South Mountain on Thursday. Meanwhile, Gateway trying to get into the mix. They're currently 0-3 towards the bottom of the standings with Glendale and South Mountain. Matadors looking up at Mesa, Pima, and Cochise, all undefeated. As you see the starters being announced for South Mountain, let's get you those real quick before the national anthem. The Geckos, I said South Mountain, Gateway starters being introduced. The Geckos coached by Greg Johnson. His assistants are Andy Barber, Jared Hunt, and Hector Rivera. The goalkeeper will be Alessandra Morfin. And then Maris Cleland, a sophomore midfielder, will be next to Keela Sanchez and Tatum Moorer in the middle. The defense is Coralie Shreve, Madison Niederhauser, and Emerald Link Shivers. Cassandra Olvera also there. The forwards will be Celine Segura and Brenda Morales, as well as Janet Curtis in there as well. For Arizona Western, the Matadors 1-0-1 in conference, right in a 7-game unbeaten streak. Melanie Yanez is the goalkeeper from Cibola High School here in Yuma. Eliane Neri was her teammate in high school. She's in the midfield along with Brenda Garcia, another Cibola grad. Tyra McKenzie from the Bahamas will be up front. Lele Renaud from Gila Ridge is on the back line. Alyssa Segura, a Kofa grad, will get the start up front along with Rahel Akaedi. Elizabeth Ephraim, the Ghanaian midfielder, is going to be backed by Linda Obari and Arlene Shavarian. Vera Asari is the forward. Nicole Acosta, the head coach in her second year. We'll pause for the national anthem. Other games in the ACC-AC today, Pima already dispatched of South Mountain 8-0 this afternoon. No score reported yet on Cochise and Paradise Valley, a game that was set to start at noon. Phoenix College is in Mesa to take on the Thunderbirds. That game should be starting momentarily, as will be Glendale against Chandler Gilbert. Arizona Western and Gateway today, the officials for this contest. The side assistant will be Anthony Bealey. The judge will be Daniel Shipman, and the referee is Marilyn Paduch. Matadors enter this afternoon 5-2-2, 1-0-1 in ACC-AC action. The Geckos 0-10 overall. They are 0-3 through their first 3 conference games. For the Matadors coming up, this one becomes very important. They will head to Glendale on Thursday, 1 o'clock start in Glendale, and then they get a couple of home games, important ones against Phoenix and Chandler Gilbert. And on the road at Mesa, they host Cochise on Sophomore Day on October 17th, and then finish conference play out against Scottsdale and Pima. And it's Mesa, Pima, Cochise right at the top. Then Chandler Gilbert and Phoenix each have 1 loss. Matadors, no losses in conference play. Everybody has lost a couple of times outside of conference, but you look at the overall goal scoring this year, one of the things the Matadors have done well, they are 4th in the conference in goals scored. So Gateway will start with possession. Jana Curtis and Celine Segura get things underway. Matadors immediately pressuring up front with Rahel Akaedi. She's been a consistent goal scorer for the Matadors. Has a couple of opportunities, and then a steal from Obari, but a soft shot on Yanez, who's able to scoop it up. But the pressure coming early from Jana Curtis, and she is one of their goal scorers this year. They haven't had a ton of them as Gateway. Just 2 goals on the season through their first 10 total matches. Vera Sari has been very important to the Matador attack this year, especially as of late. 6 goals for her. She crosses in. Asari and Akaedi have been up front along with McKenzie as Ephraim serves across. That ball almost deflected in as Akaedi tried to jump in front of the keeper, Alessandra Morfin. But good focus, and Morfin able to make the save. Each team with a chance in the first minute and a half of this match, and each team getting a shot on goal. No score yet between Arizona Western. Hello to everybody watching all over the world. Brazil, Indianapolis, Indiana. Thanks for joining us all the way out here in Yuma. 92, but it has been so hot as Asari launches one towards the goal. Morfin able to get it on its second hop. 92 feels like 70 most other places. Good comfortable sun, nice little breeze. As Asari able to take away the punt from Morfin, and the Matadors attacking again. Asari inside the 18, still dribbling, tried to cross in, it was deflected, and ricochets back out for Ephraim. This is Eliane Neary. Shot dribbled through and came right back to Eliane. No score, 3 minutes in, as the Matadors turn it over, and it's Curtis again. And a good counterattack. Emerald Link Shivers crossing in. Segura tripped up in the box, no penalty. says the head referee. Immediately, all on top of it, Marilyn Paduch. And the Matadors trying to turn it around. Asari was looking to build the counter. They have at the penalty bank there on Vera. Just over 3 minutes into this match. Ben will play tonight as well. Arizona Western and Gateway. Arlene Shavarian wins the challenge, but then the Matadors turn it back over. Gateway has played aggressive. They've come out with a little bit of quickness, but Ephraim wins the challenge and goes ahead to Rahel Akaedi. Long cross tipped around. Garcia on the loose ball, but it pings back, and the Matadors will play it forward off of Alyssa Segura. And then we have time as Coralie Shreve was the one who got into a tough challenge with Elizabeth Ephraim. Ephraim won the challenge, and there was no foul called. But Shreve still feels fouled as she limps her way back into the play on the other side of the field. Mats scored 7 goals against Gateway in the game in Phoenix, a non-conference game 18 days ago. Mary played forward to Asari. Far channel will go out. Good look for the Matadors, but Nicole Acosta urging her team to calm down a little bit. A very calming presence as it goes out for the goal kick. Gateway has given it right to Arizona Western a couple of times. The Matadors give it right back on Shavarian's throw. Asari jockeying for position, out for a Matador throw. Ahead to Akaedi. Rahel trying to turn it in. Does get the cross off. Long. McKenzie on the other connection. Quick touch popped up, and it's over the net. Certainly an awkward place, but a valiant effort from Tyra McKenzie. And she was playing back on the other side of the penalty area because she was trying to avoid the defender to get a clean shot off. Ephraim up ahead to Asari. They've been the focal point thus far. Akaedi, quick touch back out for Asari. Saves it right along the end line. Asari on the service. And a whistle against Arizona Western. Akaedi and the Matadors will let Gateway take it over. 0-0, 7 minutes in. Matadors will make a couple of subs. Karen Rivas, local freshman from Yuma, Arizona, enters in, as well Jalissa De Francia. Matadors, due to normal roster changes, down to 16 players as there is an injured Gecko. But the Matadors have dealt with their fair share of stuff, so 16 healthy bodies, 5 reserves for Nicole Acosta, and you look at the numerical roster and you go right down it. Yanez from Yuma, Trigueros from Somerton, Rivas, Neri, Garcia, Reynad, Segura, all from Yuma. So the Mats 6 Humans, 2 Somertons. The only one I didn't mention there was Arlene Shavarian. So the Mats with a ton of local talent and also a lot of international flair as well. You look at the girls from Ghana who have been fantastic this year. This is Neri playing it forward to Ephraim. And then Akedi will chase it just outside the 18. Turned into De Francia. Service in. Header out to Ephraim, who shoots and scores. 8 minutes in, Elizabeth Ephraim finds the net for her 5th goal of the season. And the Matadors lead 1-0. De Francia on the service. And Ephraim on the deflection. Blasts it in, and the Matadors, with their best chance, convert, and it's 1-0. And here's something to watch for the Matadors this year. When they have scored, second goal has come awfully quickly. Akedi, a lot of quick touches as the Matadors find ways to create. But they just play at a different pace after they get that first goal in. Shavarian looking to set up service. And it is out for a goal kick. Really from almost the top of the box, Ephraim was able to get the ball well away from Morphin. Akedi, but it cleared out. I believe it's Jana Curtis back there. Brenda Morales was the one who made the clearance, rather, for Gateway. She's been busy trying to slow down the Matadors. Rivas deflects one, and now Akedi sets up a cross. And they do get offsides against the Matadors. So even though Arizona Western was really at the doorstep again, they have been able to find their way and put about 3 bodies near post, right in front of the goal and far post, and have some options on that cross. And it seems to be a challenge for Gateway right now. Ephraim on a through ball has worked her way in, but the Gateway defense rallies, and it's Niederhauser who's able to send it out, but Arizona Western will get their first corner. Tyra McKenzie, strong leg from the Bahamas. It's the first Matador to score this year in the first Matador home game. Low grass cutter immediately sent away. Tatum Maurer sent it back, and the Matadors quickly throw it back in. Turned over, but Arizona Western not allowing Gateway to clear it out. McKenzie launches. Matadors have been winning a lot of the 50-50 balls early on. Shavarian on the other side. Top of the box, weaves through, ball deflected away. Shavarian tapped it into space. Nobody was there in a white shirt. And here comes Gateway's counter, immediately snuffed out by Lele Renaud. Here's Jalissa De Francia, now Rivas. Great dribbling skills, trying to create. She had a 4-goal game here in her first and so far only collegiate scoring performance, but it was a beauty, and she has consistently affected the Matadors' attack for the positive. Turned up ahead. Ephraim serves in for Akedi, who crosses it in. What an athletic play. Ephraim with the long service. Akedi turned around immediately and beats the defense And the Matadors have doubled their lead. 12 minutes in, Elizabeth Ephraim with a goal and an assist. And the Matadors have already struck twice. So it's 2-0 Arizona Western, and immediately back on the attack. Rahel Akaedi weaves around the defense, goes right around Morales, and then contact down low. Penalty called against Arizona Western, it appears. Or at least it was out first, and it will go for a goal kick. Matadors' goals have been pretty creative at times this year, and they have not been shy of playing the ball forward aggressively. Eliane Neri will take that onto the dribble, down the channel. Now tried to turn it in, instead turned out for a corner. And Arizona Western's second corner already. Not even 15 minutes in, and the Matadors are leading 2-0. It'll be Mikkel Yallop and Parmira Candia entering in for Arizona Western. Linda Obari is going to get a little bit of a break. Matador defense has not been tested a ton just yet. Candia has not come in as McKenzie serves it in. Ends the other side for Renaud. Now Ephraim will track it down. Renaud possessing, turned in and over to Gateway. Candia will enter now for the Matadors, as Rahel Akaedi will be replaced momentarily. Of course, unlimited substitutions in the ACCAC. A lot of rules designed to help players and teams navigate the weather here. And I say that as this has been by far the most comfortable afternoon start we've had. Fourth home match for the Matadors this year. Lady Matadors, that is. Men have played four already. Will have their fifth tonight. Ephraim, good touch, but second defender waiting. Rips it away. And Gateway trying to mount the counter. Instead kicks it out. And the Matadors will have the throw right in front of the Geckos bench. Shavarian and Neri working well together in the midfield. DeFrancia back to Neri. To DeFrancia. Great, beautiful passing. Rivas tried to cross, and the wind just pushed that one out. But everything on the ground from Shavarian, DeFrancia, and Neri was absolutely picturesque. And the Matadors can do that, but they're also really good when they're aggressive and put the boot to the ball. Here's Ephraim and Candia working in the middle. Rivas touches and turns, and it's Morfin who's able to scoop it up. Good look for the Matadors. Morfin has been tested, and you could say that the Gateway keeper is used to it this year. She has made 51 saves. Has the best save percentage of the three keepers for Gateway, and right about in the middle of minutes. Actually, she'll just be eclipsing Coralie Shreve. But Morphin, the only player on the Geckos listed only as a keeper. Cleared out quickly by Renaud. Two 2-0 Arizona Western, 17 minutes in, as it'll be a throw for Corley Shreve. Shreve's second throw right down the line, out for a Matador goal kick. Matador's goals coming. Elizabeth Ephraim sending home a deflection that came out pretty much straight away towards the top of the box. And she found the right side of the net, and then Rahel Akaedi was led beautifully by Ephraim. Mats with good passing here. Here's Yallop building momentum, leads Candia, but it is cut out by the Gateway defense. Now turning it down the field, Emily McGlory for the Geckos. Here's the Matador counter. Yallop serves wide to Trigueros and a bit too far. Two goals the difference right now, and certainly the type of statement that the Matadors wanted to make coming in, as they've continued to play well at home. Led by Shreve, but it'll be easy for Yanez. There's light pressure coming from Jana Curtis. Matadors have controlled possession throughout. Yallop leads Rivas, racing ahead. Rivas will try to play it in, but softly turned away and then cleared out again by Gateway. Almost a little too urgent. Matadors have been relentless in the first half, as Ephraim chasing it out, and he'll go for a corner. For Gateway, their defense continuing to slow down the Matadors. They've been in some good spots. It's been two really good shots and offensive plays for the Matadors that have built the lead, but Gateway has not scored a lot of goals this year, as McKenzie's corner to the top. Neri headed it in. Challenge Ephraim to Neri. Neri served in, and it will be Morphin who just gets to the hop before Karen Rivas could. Really not much challenge, not much offensive pressure build up in the first 20 minutes for Gateway. Rivas weaving through and will be upended. Play on, says Marilyn Padouche. Matadors serve it in, but Morphin able to collect it rather harmlessly. Yallop just wide. Probably 10 yards inside the circle. And Yallop sends it wide, but that'll take us to the water break. 24 minutes left in the first half. The Matadors lead 2-0 Good time to remind you that you can join the Matadors at Texas Roadhouse every Monday night, where you can get legendary margaritas, ice cold beer, hand-cut steak, fall-off-the-bone ribs made from scratch sides, and freshly baked bread. Legendary food, legendary service, Texas Roadhouse. And your digital key is waiting at Homewood Suites, where every room is an affordable, spacious suite. At Homewood Suites, there's room for everyone, so bring it to Homewood Suites in Yuma. 2-0 Matadors at the break. 24 minutes to go in the first half. Arizona Western leading Gateway 2-0. First 21 minutes played here in Yuma, and the Matadors already staked to an early lead. And playing well, Matadors passing has set up some really good opportunities. Almost feel like it could be a little bit wider with how well the Matadors have passed the ball. But a lot of that has been in the midfield, where they've been excellent, and the defense has tried to compact on the Matadors attacking third from Gateway, and they've been fairly successful. Otherwise would have been some pretty good opportunities for the Mats. Neary right in the middle of the field, leading in Rivas, a bit too far and maybe a little bit behind Karen Rivas. And Morphin again, who has been busy. Elizabeth Ephraim has factored in both of the Matadors' goals. She scored the first one and set up Rahel Akedi on the second. Rough touch turned over, but the Matadors get it right back. Brenda Garcia on that far side. Now Ephraim, middle of the field for Rivas. Yala plays it in for Candia. Candia leaping, attempting the header, and just a bit too long, could not connect. That was a good look. Matt's goals have been a little more than ordinary effort here in the first half. 23 minutes gone now. The Mats by 2. Belzy Trigueros with plenty of space, not even being picked up, looking for service, and it's cut out. Gateway defense has not bought the Matadors on the outside. They've said, if you want to shoot it from there, that's fine. We'll have three bodies back ready for defense. Trigueros to Ephraim. Ephraim leads it in, and again Morphin right there. Matadors goals coming 8 minutes in and 12 minutes in. Really remarkable, and might have done a double take at the box score on Thursday when the Matadors were held scoreless in the first half. Played back to Yanez, and she'll just clear it out. Not a ton of challenge, as the Matadors won a lot of the first 50-50 balls in this contest, and trying to turn that into chances on the other end. Candia, some fancy dribbling on the far side. And out for a Gateway throw. Subs for the Geckos as they'll bring in Ziri to Wart. I was saying that the Matadors might have caused you to do a double take on Thursday when they scored 13 seconds into the second half. It was an early goal by Rahel Akedi after the game was tied at 0 to that point. And the two teams combined for 4 goals in that match, a 3-1 Matador win. Trigueros in open space. Now Ephraim finds Neary. Neary waving out. Loads up and shoots just high. And that was a great effort from Eliane Neary outside the box. And Neary with plenty of leg and just a bit too much as it carries out for a goal kick. 20 minutes remaining in the first half. Still 2-0 Arizona Western. Garcia played forward. That'll be in, heel kicked by Rivas and turned away. Neary recovers. Up ahead to Rivas. Rivas, a couple of quick touches, couldn't get it through the defense. And now the counter for Gateway. Here comes Link Shivers. Picked up by Renaud. Renaud right there for defense and escorts it out. Lele Renaud did not bite. And Link Shivers tried to split Lele down the middle, just try to kick it right between her legs, but Renaud very savvy. The freshman has done an excellent job in central defense for Arizona Western so far this year. Turned out Matador goal kick. Was starting to talk a little bit about the attacks, and for Gateway, they've not had a ton of them this year. Just 22 total shots. They are last in the conference with just 2 goals. South Mountain has 1 more than them. But the 22 shots are the 3rd lowest mark in the conference. By comparison, Arizona Western credited with twice that amount. And you look at teams like Paradise Valley and Mesa. Paradise Valley almost near 200. And then Mesa up over 120. Shavarian into the middle for Yallop. Now Ephraim will control space to Rivas. Rivas played back in for Ephraim. Ephraim shoots a bit wide. Had the look she wanted, I think. And just ended up sending it to that far post. That was one of the shots from Elizabeth that she can get a lot of bend to it. And the ones that it looks like she's shooting down the middle, end up going right into the corner of the net. That went a bit too much English. Neri and Candia converging. Ephraim a touch. Tried to lead on Candia, and it's booted down the field for Garcia. Rather, Alyssa Segura. That's Segura on the far side. Quick move and a win on the challenge. And the Matadors keep it for a throw. Jalissa De Francia will return for the Matadors. "17 minutes remain in the first half, and it's still 2-0 Arizona Western. Mats have been in control since the 8th minute. They've had the majority of the chances as well. They'll switch sides for De Francia. So will wait, couple of touches, and then finds some space, loads up, and easily cut out again by the Gateway defense. They have been pretty good for how much they have been on their heels. Ephraim into the box, serves it over. Candia touches it home. What a beautiful service from Elizabeth Ephraim. And Palmyra Candia on the receiving end makes it 3-0 Arizona Western. th minute as Candia scores the third goal. Ephraim again with her imprint all over this one. Ephraim playing in DeFrancia again. DeFrancia to Rivas, but Morfin right on top of it. Second goal of the year for Palmyra Candia. She scored at home earlier this year as well. Mary clears it out up the field for Rivas. Rivas, good touch to Candia, gets it back. And then sent on. It'll be easily cleared by Morales. Now a challenge for Segura down the field. And it'll be Alyssa Segura called for the penalty. Tough defense on the far side. Three 0 Arizona Western. Ephraim, the first goal. She's got 2 assists. As she led Rahel Eddy, and a beautiful cross headed home by Palmyra Candia. DeFrancia leading McKenzie into the corner. Push, shove down. And it's a Matador corner as Tyra McKenzie's 4th corner here in the first half. Wynn just immediately knocking that one down. McKenzie has a really strong leg. And the wind just pulled that one down at the front of the box. Out for a Matador throw. Shavarian is working on Link Shivers. "33 minutes gone by, and Arizona Western has been in control of this one majority of the first half. From circling around. Just past the outstretched leg of Palmyra Candia. Good lead in, but Renaud had it momentarily turned away. Instead, Curtis sends it back forward, Link Shivers. And an offside's finally called. Shivers never returned back as Curtis sent the touch forward pretty quickly. First offside's called against Gateway so far this afternoon. And Renaud right back into action for Ephraim. Here's Yallop. Send a bit too far. Three-0 Matadors. Trying to lead Curtis again, but Renaud has been quick to eliminate any threat. Ephraim touched a bit too far. Maybe the first touch that didn't go exactly where Elizabeth Ephraim wanted it to today. And she has been very much in control. Throw cleared out again. And it's Maris Cleland trying to get it ahead to Curtis. But again, Ephraim right there. Played 35 minutes as DeFrancia has another lead pass knocked down by the wind. Matadors have felt like they're going uphill with the long ball. The ground attack early was working especially well because couldn't even tell how windy it was. And now it's really all you can see anytime the Matadors are trying to mount an attack. When they serve it up into the air, the wind immediately knocks it down. Challenge won by Candia with plenty of space, and now Ephraim. Up ahead to McKenzie. McKenzie turns top of the box, shoots, and Morfin stays down to deny the shot. 8 more minutes in the first half. Matadors a 3-0 lead over Gateway. This is Shavarian. Now Ephraim. Lead into Candia. They connected earlier. Candia trying to set somebody else up. Ephraim taps it forward. Morfin dives. Ball just past the post. As McKenzie working on the inline launches it a bit too far. And finally the goal kick for Gateway here with 8 minutes remaining in the first half. Matador goals scored in the half by Elizabeth Ephraim off of a deflection. I believe it was set up by an Asari cross. Rahel Akedi was led in by Ephraim, and then Ephraim one-upped herself and put it right on the top of the noggin on the far post, and Parmira Candia headed it right into the net. Candia here back to Ephraim. It'll be DeFrancia with an opportunity. Long from the flank, and again, Mats have not had much success with those connections from that corner here in the latter half of this opening first half. Matadors also have an interesting streak going that is in jeopardy, or more accurately in play right now. Record is 5-2-2. In the 2 losses, Arizona Western did not score. In their 2 ties, they scored exactly 1 goal. their 5 wins, they have scored multiple goals. Pretty straightforward, the translation. Not exactly a strategy by any stretch of the imagination. It's how you do it. But the attack has certainly ramped up since those first 2 losses, and it's been consistent throughout this unbeaten streak. And the other interesting thing, the only 2 draws for the Matadors both came against Paradise Valley, a non-conference game and a conference game. De Francia looking for service, instead back down the flank for Candia. It'll be De Francia again towards the top of the attacking third. Yallop tripped over and ends up reversing it to Neri in the middle. Matadors patient with just 5 minutes remaining here in the first half. Candia touch, tried to get by and cross in. Instead it ricochets out for a Matador throw. De Francia crosses in. McKenzie's header is deflected away. I believe that was Morales. Who was able to get in the way of the Matador connection. Mary working along the end line, and it's out for a goal kick. Brenda Morales is the one who's going to take the goal kick for Gateway, but she's been pretty good getting in the way of some extra Matador shots and chances. For how much the Matadors have been on this side, the fact that it's 3-0 is a pretty big testament to what Gateway has done defensively. Matadors have not had gimme goals here in the first half. It has come because of some great passing and great chance creation. Here's Yallop way downtown. And again, you've seen the last 25, 30 minutes or so, really since the water break, to be specific, the wind has just not allowed Arizona Western to play that long ball, whether on crosses or on shots. Ephraim wins the challenge. Led forward to McKenzie, a bit too far. Now another challenge for Lele Renaud, and they'll get the foul on Jana Curtis. 42nd minute here in Yuma. Mats 3, Gecko 0. De Francia touched ahead to Candia, who knocks it back out for Jalissa De Francia. Almost a short corner played to Yallop, who takes it out. Matador throw. Two more minutes in the first half. Matadors continuing the possession. And on the north side of the field most of this afternoon. The Gateway defense has been pressured. Neri puts it right on the goalkeeper, Morphin. Pressed into action again. At least 3 saves, but I would guess a little bit more for Alessandra Morfin tonight. Yallop at midfield now, Ephraim. Candia out to De Francia. This has been the point of attack for the Matadors most of this half. De Francia played in. Morfin has it slipped through her arms, ball loose. McKenzie racing over to it to keep the attack alive and then hammered in the corner for a Matador kick, free kick. McKenzie got absolutely hacked up around the top of the back and neck area. McKenzie crossed in. Candia swings and it will roll out for a goal kick. Final minute in this first half. Matadors leading 3-0. Should go into the half at that scoreline. Something out of the ordinary occurs, man. Maybe one more chance here. Here's DeFrancia, 24 seconds remaining on the clock. Candia played in for Ephraim. Ephraim bumped off the ball, trying to win the challenge. Ephraim at the top of the box sends it out. 10 seconds as DeFrancia races to it, can't save it. And that will be the end of the first half. 3 Matador goals, all involved Elizabeth Ephraim. She scored the first one, 2 assists, and at halftime, it is 3-0 Arizona Western. Take a quick break. We will talk to you about first half stats in a little bit. You're watching the Matador Facebook live stream on AWC Matador Athletics.
Tell time now, Josh.
Arizona Western leads Gateway 3-0 as we start the second half. Tim Slack back at the Matador soccer field in Yuma, Arizona. Beautiful evening for some conference action. And already a couple of games taking place. We did have one score for you earlier, and that was South Mountain and Pima. Pima winning 8-0. And then Cochise and Paradise Valley tied 1-1. So those two matches, both of great interest to the Matadors, who lead this one 3-0. They've held possession pretty much the entire first half, trying to build on what is a 3-0 lead. Vera Asari played a couple of minutes early on and racing ahead here. Pass in, crossed, and sent home by Rahel Akaedi. Vera Asari sets it up, and Akaedi was right there. 24 seconds in to the second half. Matadors almost matching the 13 seconds that they scored in on Thursday to start the second half. But that was just lightning pace for Arizona Western, creating the goal, creating the chance. And it was Asari doing most of the work, but a great finish by Rahel Akaedi. And now Akaedi's turn. Ahead to Rivas. Rivas trying to get it back to Akaedi. Instead, it's turned back to Rivas. Sets up the shot, and Morphin deflects it and then chases it down. Lost the handle on it. Akaedi over to Candium. The Matadors setting up the attack as Morphin gets back, and then Asari launches long. And it'll be a goal kick for Gateway. I'll tell you, I can't think of a good comparison as Segura challenge and then pushes out. But the way the Matadors build confidence after a goal, start of a half, like the fact that they are able to generate confidence off of moments and the way they do it in such an aggressive fashion, quick fashion, is really impressive. And that's becoming a hallmark of this team. McKenzie creates some space and now builds the attack. Matadors with numbers. Rivas in the middle, but it's taken away and cleared out by Tatum Maurer. Maurer leads it down the field for a counter, but it's Lele Renaud who has been very efficient for the Matadors this afternoon. Yanez pressured, just does get it away. 4-0 Matadors. Anytime Arizona Western scores this year, it seems like they're able to score in bunches. Yallop ahead. McKenzie and Rivas both went there and maybe a little bit congested. Again, I can't think of a comparison for how the Matadors do it. And the opposite, the other half of it is how many teams do you watch who, when they build a lead, relax? And therefore, give away some space. You get a 1 or 2 goal lead late, and then they kind of rest on their laurels, and all of a sudden it's a 2-1 game. You play almost a different style, but that has been far from the Matadors' MO, especially this year, where one goal has translated to a second goal, which is translated to an onslaught. And I think the proof in that is the 4 games that they haven't outright won, the 2 losses and the 2 ties. It took the Matadors a little bit to find their feet this year. It took them about 3 matches in 3 straight days. They got 1 goal in those first 3 games, and since it's been a completely different team. Here's Rivas. Matadors on the counterattack. Rivas racing ahead, showing her speed. Rivas trying to turn it on back to Akaedi. It'll be Candy who takes the shot. It's deflected high and out, and a good call as Marilyn Paduch was right on top of it and signals out for the Matador corner. Arizona Western 4, Gateway 0. 6 minutes into the second half. Asari's corner is low, and it's deflected around by Akaedi. Now Candia will reset it for McKenzie. A touch and then a shot wide left. And out for a Gateway goal kick. Substitution for the Geckos as Cassandra Olvera races out. This is Asari, who set up the 4th goal of the game for the Matadors, to Rivas. Rivas top of the box and punched it just wide of the net. Good effort from Karen Rivas. She has been particularly busy this afternoon as well. Akaedi, 2 goals to her credit. Shot deflected. Candia bangs it forward but out. And a goal kick for the Geckos. Beautiful evening here in Yuma. 92 at 4:30 when we kicked off. McKenzie wins the challenge, fighting between a couple of Geckos and then able to pass off to Segura. Played forward for Akaedi. High touch, and the Mats will let it go out. It's a Gateway throw. Challenge won by Zeri Tawart. Working in the middle. It's blasted away by Eliane Neary. And a throw for Arizona Western. 8 minutes into the second half. It is 4-0 Matadors. Kel Yallop working at midfield. She'll get called for the foul. Three goals pretty early, 8th, 12th, and 29th minutes for AWC, and then 26 seconds into the second half. Asari steps forward and blasts one down the field. Morales redirects it out, and then Maurer clears it out for the Matador throw. Matadors will go to Glendale on Thursday. There's a cross for McKenzie, a bit too long. Tyra chases it down and tap forward to Candia, sets up McKenzie, and a little too much passing. I don't think it was clear who wanted to take that one, and here come the Geckos the other way. Yallop down the field, and then a lot of extra contact with Emily McGlory. Mets have won a lot of the 50-50 balls this afternoon. Call it foul on Arizona Western there. And there was a lot of contact. Tyra McKenzie had her hand around the neck, and the yellow issued to Zeri Tawart. It's about the second time the Geckos have gotten a little bit chippy there. Broken up expertly by Marilyn Paducah. Excuse me, Marilyn Paducah, the referee. Really, that was the second time you saw hands high around a Matador. And really the third time, as just a couple minutes ago, Mikkel Yallop was a bit frustrated as she had her jersey completely untucked. Geckos have gotten a little bit physical. Now Rivas called for a foul, trying to win the challenge in there. Game getting a little bit feisty. And here's the rub, the balance for the Matadors is they know that they have to be physical to win the challenges. GateWay is tightened up, but as it gets a little bit outside of being strong on the ball, you really have to compose yourself quickly and not let anything extracurricular go. 4-0 game with now 34 minutes left. Matadors have led this one throughout. And just passing by the Geckos at half, I think it's fairly reasonable to make the assumption from afar that they're frustrated, but it was certainly a little bit more than that at halftime, feeling like it was kind of a downslide for how well they played. And we talked about that in the first half of their defense was pretty good. The Matadors' offense just found ways to score. And so their frustration was palpable at halftime, and I think it's a little bit more visible here in the second half. Corner, first of the afternoon for the Geckos. Right to the top of the box. Curtis swung on it, and then it trickles out to Shivers, pressured by Renaud. Renaud will force it all the way to the sideline. Matadors good, strong challenges right now. And then McKenzie trying to win the tackle, out for a GateWay throw. Asari lifted it out of the box, but sent back in by McGlory. Great turn by Akaedi, but right on top of it was Niederhauser. Trying to send on. Segura cut it out. Now McKenzie wins it. Midfield for Candia. 4-0 Arizona Western. About a half hour left. Matador midfielders haven't been particularly active. It's been either the forwards or the defenders mixed up in the action in the second half so far for AWC. A lot of quick transitions as here comes Asari. Asari trying to lead it into the middle of the field. McKenzie had it go over her head, up against the sideline, could not save it. Great effort from Tyra McKenzie, but out for a Gateway throw. And an injured Gecko behind the play. I believe that was McGlory, who's still down. And McGlory will be helped off the field. She was probably down off of her feet for a good 2 minutes at the end of that play. Men's game still to follow tonight. Arizona Western and Gateway. The two teams played back on September 7th as well. Matadors won that one 7-3. Here's McKenzie working through. Challenge won by Gateway. And here comes Curtis. Matadors defense has been pretty good at sniffing out attacks quickly. Sazaka Eddy, 2 goals already tonight, and she's going to get called for a foul. There's Neri serving in, and that ball right on the top of the net. A good look for the Matadors, but no dice that time. Jalissa DeFrancia will come back in. Giving Karen Rivas a break. Good runs for the Mets tonight, as they have been in control pretty much from the get-go. Tell you, conference games have certainly turned the pressure on. Games have looked a lot different than those non-conference matches that the Matadors played, all with the exception of that Paradise Valley game, almost mirror image of the contest here in Yuma. Only the Matadors scored first out in Phoenix and then had to try and fend off the Pumas. Foul as DeFrancia trying to play it in, so it would be a Matador free kick. Looks like it's just on the outside of the box. Really the first glare we've had this season. You see how great the field looks? Have had tons of compliments. Just probably because it's one of the nicest nights we've had so far this year. A little more sun in the window. Crossed just a bit long. Just missed the far post. Vera Asari with a really good attempt. This is DeFrancia, a one by Maurer, and then a lot of contact. DeFrancia and Maurer got tangled up. So it's something to be careful and watch in the last 30 minutes. Matadors don't need to incur any extra cards, but you know they're going to play tough and physical. As Ephraim into the middle finds Akaedi. Down the line for DeFrancia. Serves it in. Abari just a bit too long. Morfin might have got a piece of it, trying to punch it out. And then it's finally cleared out by Niederhauser. then Maurer down back behind the play, and Gateway will need their trainer out. I said Maurer, it's Corley Shreve who's helped off. Candia down the line for Obari. Obari tried to cross it in, but cut out again by Niederhauser. This is Candia. Candia in the defense. Now Ephraim. The top for Akadi. Now Asari far side. Asari turns and shoots just wide. .25 minutes left here. Fourth conference game for Gateway. This is number 3 for Arizona Western. Matadors on their way to extending their unbeaten streak to 8 matches. This is match number 10 overall. DeFrancia played it into Akaedi, who tried to head it towards the goal, and it went the other way. Good challenge by Segura at midfield. Took it away from Cheyenne Brown. Ephraim, good touch to Akadi. Out for Asari. Asari crossed in, headed off the top of the post and comes down to Morphin. Almost the 3rd goal of the afternoon for Akadi. Asari in the middle for Obari. Good challenge. And here come the Geckos. It's Celine Segura trying to turn around Alyssa Segura. It's deflected out for a Matador throw. Belzy Trigueros is going to come in for the Matadors. And back in after the yellow is Zeri Tawart. Matadors 4, Gateway 0. Rahel Akedi, pretty impactful in this one. This is Tuart, and she got by Renata. That has not happened much for Gateway. Led into Segura, but out comes Yanez, able to cover up. So the match started, it was Elizabeth Ephraim in the first half on a cross from Vera Isari that got deflected out to the top of the box, and then Ephraim shot to the right side of the goal and was able to beat Morphin in the 8th minute. Here, this is Asari leading the counter. Asari crossed in, far post just too far. Abari and Candia were both there. They're going to stop the clock for water. 23 minutes to go. Arizona Western out in front 4-0. Want to remind you that if you want the best, you can call Ram Pest. Ram Pest Management, 100% locally owned and operated. Residential and commercial. If you want the best, call Ram Pest at 928-782-0078. And Chick-fil-A, home of the original chicken sandwich, located across from the Yuma Palm Shopping Center. Chick-fil-A. Matador Facebook broadcast also brought to you in part by Krause's Flat Top Grill. Krause's offers a great menu of burgers, gourmet hot dog sandwiches, and more. And it's all food with a twist, done the Krause way. Restaurant voted Yuma's best new restaurant in 2016. Check out their full menu online at KrausesFlatTopGrill.com. Thanks to Krause's for supporting Matador Athletics. 4-0 Arizona Western here. 20 more minutes in Yuma as the Matadors try to improve to 2-0-1 in conference play, extending their 8-match unbeaten streak is what it would be. I was starting to recap, told you Ephraim's first goal. 4 minutes later, Ephraim set up Rahel Akaedi on really a lead pass from the center of the field that was a high bouncing pass, and Akaedi was able to turn behind the defense and blast it past Morphin for the second goal of the game. Ephraim again had her hands, or Mark, I should say, on the third goal about 17 minutes later in the 29th minute, when from the right side of the field she crossed it to the far post, a beautiful cross that found Parmira Candia, who just simply headed it into the back of the net, extending the Matador lead to 3. Arizona Western added one more 26 seconds into the second half when Vera Asari raced down the right flank and crossed it in right on the ground as Akaedi just tapped it home for her second goal. 4 goals for the Mets, none for Gateway. It's 4-0 Arizona Western. And final 23 minutes, 22:58 left on the clock. Mets have won challenges tonight. They have won the possession. Ephraim racing by Segura and then led forward to Brenda Garcia. Bit too far. Garcia knocks it forward out for a throw. This is Ephraim. Rivas up ahead to Akaedi. Led into a sorry shot taken by DeFrancia and then tangled up in the box with Maurer. Again, a pretty physical second half. Handled well by Marilyn Paduch. This is Akaedi. We'll go back for Trigueros. That's again good quick passing. Ephraim played forward to Garcia. Tapped in. Akaedi will spin and then send it across the field to Asari. Asari, good touch. Juggled it over, then into a shot that is deflected out by Gateway for a throw, rather a corner. Excuse me. Matador corner with just under 21 minutes to play. That is Eliane Neary. Neary's cross easily kicked out by Brenda Morales, but Shavarian back to Neary. Now Akaedi, top of the box. Turned around, Rivas pushed forward to Garcia, chips it just a bit high. Good quick touches again from the Matadors, just does not produce a goal that time. And the clock continues to roll. Under 20 minutes to play here in Yuma. 4-0 Matadors, haven't scored since the first minute of the second half. Good challenge by DeFrancia, and here's Akaedi. Important night for her as well. Service into the box. Rivas, nothing to do. And now here's Segura racing by Renaud. Renaud able to curb the attack and then send it back the other way. Knocked forward though for Yanez, who will collect it pretty easily. Yanez, good punt down the field. Garcia tapped it to Rivas. Rivas, a second effort, but Morales preventing any flow for the Matadors. Asari now, far side. Barrett turns in. Now Ephraim. Ephraim, big day. 2 goals and an assist. Launches it in. Outside of the box, Elizabeth Ephraim with her second goal. Just under 19 minutes to play. And Ephraim adds to a fantastic day. Two goals, 2 assists for Elizabeth Ephraim, and it is 5-0 Arizona Western. Akaedi just outside the box, waiting for reinforcements. Asari cutting into the middle of the field. Vera tries to play it in, gets to Rivas. Rivas twisted and then sent away. Segura able to get around Trigueros, and here comes the counter for the Geckos. But Neary able to recover and slow it down, and it's turned over as Tuart knocked it away, and then Renaud clears it out. 5-0 Matadors. Big day for Elizabeth Ephraim. Rahel Akaedi also has 2 goals. Trigueros, good win, good touch to get it forward, and now Ephraim. Matador's first touches today overall have been very good, and there's an example of how good. Asari cross deflected away, and it'll trickle harmlessly to Morphin. Final 15 minutes in Yuma. More like final 17 minutes, but Arizona Western, from the start of this one, has left their mark on it. Renaud and Curtis collide. Hey, the most vulnerable Lele has looked tonight. Kind of got put onto her heels before being able to successfully clear that out. Here's Ephraim. She has been fantastic. Cross to Garcia. Garcia, beautiful touch, played into Rahel Akaedi. But Akaedi's pass behind Garcia. A lot of physicality Swart weaving through. And then Renaud sends it down towards the Pacific Avenue Athletic Complex. Beautiful night, and you get a glimpse of that there. Skyline here at the Matador soccer field. Corner for Gateway. And that one didn't have much of a chance. Tyra McKenzie back in for the Matadors, as Jalissa DeFrancia will get a break. Here's Garcia. Ephraim up ahead. Matadors chasing, and Rivas got awfully close as Morales escorted it right to Morford. Garcia wins it off to Rivas, right back to Garcia. Physical game, and certainly both teams showing some fatigue. Asari up ahead. This is Akadi. Rahel instead turns it back out. Garcia loads up and tried to first touch, sends it wide and high for that matter. Five 0 Arizona Western. Final 12 minutes here in Yuma. Matador's next home game will be Saturday, October 5th. That is, in fact, next weekend when they host Phoenix College. Matadors won the non-conference version of that meeting 2-1. Garcia trying to get it ahead for Ephraim. Ephraim able to get in there anyways. Up ahead to Rahel. Ika Eddy. Top of the box, just patient, and sends it back out to Ephraim. Ephraim navigating through space. Cuts back out for Garcia. Garcia will serve it out of bounds. And one more goal kick. Another good day for Arizona Western. You look at what they have been able to accomplish. Goal kick goes directly out. And DeFrancia is coming back in for the Mats. Ephraim and Akedi big days, and for Ephraim it's her fourth different game with a goal, second multi-goal game of the year. I believe she's got to be towards the top in assists, and she is by far with assists 11 and 12. She leads the ACCAC. Matadors haven't had one goal scorer, they've had many. But Ephraim has been the primary facilitator this year. Corner from Neary is kicked out by Maurer. Now it'll be a short corner for Neary. Served in. Akedi tried to take a swing. It rolls long, and DeFrancia looking for help. DeFrancia tried to turn back. Instead, it's booted out by Niederhauser. Neary towards the goal. Morfin just popped it up. Well done. Alessandra Morfin, almost exhausted, exasperated that ball even had a chance. And I'll tell you, you look at the scoreline, 5-0, and really all the Matador goals have been quite impressive. Ephraim's was pretty spectacular for number 5. Maybe trying to add another one. McKenzie on the corner, way towards the top of the box, and Segura just chucks it down the field. Ephraim in the middle. Now Rivas with space. Up ahead to Asari. Vera looking to create. Turned in. Akedi just over her head. McKenzie popped up. Leaves it off for DeFrancia, who sends it back across the box. Finally cleared out by Gateway. Now a counter for Tewart. Garcia, good challenge. Sends it out for the throw. At least allows the Matador defense to get back a couple additional seconds as Yanez right there easily collects the shot. Another good day for the Matador defense in that they have not been allowing their goalkeeper to be tested. Ephraim up ahead to Akedi. Changes positioning a couple times, and then Ephraim way outside. She can hit from here. We'll see if she instead crosses to Asari. Asari rolls it just far post. Vera another good chance. Less than 8 minutes to go, and it's Arizona Western 5, Gateway 0. All Matadors here tonight. Ephraim works ahead into Akedi. Now Rivas. That's reversed to Asari. Vera chipped forward for Akedi. Instead, McKenzie got it, shot deflected, and then cleared out. 7 minutes to go. That's still with the chance here. Ephraim from the inline. Crossed in. Akedi, no. And then cleared out again. DeFrancia couldn't quite keep it in. It will be a Matador throw. Gateway been on defense most of the afternoon and continuing to try to build counters that just haven't quite been there for them. Three first half goals for Arizona Western, 2 more here in the second half, spaced 25 minutes apart. Hard contact. Ephraim sent to the ground. And then more chippiness between Tewart and Neary. And then Stewart is trying to plead her case that Neary fouled her and is getting a long conversation from the referee, Marilyn Paduch. She's done a great job keeping control of this game as it started to get physical in about the 55th minute or so. And we're going to get a stoppage. The side referee is Bailey, and he just pulled over Maurer to issue the yellow. So Bailey had saw something behind the play, and Tatum Maurer has been at least removed momentarily. ACCAC rule after a yellow. Second yellow earned by the Geckos today. And the frustration has been evident for Gateway. This is a team that is trying to mount offense and play a little bit more consistently. Here's Ravis, top of the box, sent wide. 5 minutes to go, 5-0 Arizona Western. Rivas and Akedi trying to win it. Instead, turned over and turned down the field. Here's Trigueros. 4 minutes to go. Matadors 5-0 clean sheet going for them right now. Ahead, but it's Morales. Great job from Brenda Morales for the Geckos. Ephraim. Fantastic day for Elizabeth Ephraim. Fantastic day for Rahel Akedi. Both been central figures. This is Asari. Chips it forward, off the post, tapped in, Akedi! Third goal of the match for Rahel Akedi, but she is still down. And that may take a back seat now. As the Matadors get their 6th goal, but number 6 faced a lot of contact at the end of that one. That knocks the wind right out of Matador fans. Akedi, 8th goal of the season. Matadors trainer Allie Griffin out there, along with Coach Nicole Acosta. At least able to get Rahel off of the field. Go get the cart. So it's 6-0 Matadors. About 3 minutes remaining here in Yuma. But obviously Matadors' thoughts shifting to their forward, Rahel Akaedi. Rivas and Ephraim, some beautiful passing. Ephraim chips it on to Morphin. Mats have been credited on the scoreboard with 11 shots. And I'll tell you, the chances are certainly more than that tonight for Arizona Western. This is going to be a good win that will extend the unbeaten streak. But a team that's already a bit short-handed, certainly concerned about their health. Asari chip forward. He'll go out for a corner. So much of this about the opportunities afforded to these players here, and every chance that they're given to showcase their talents and platform here at Arizona Western to help them move on, further their careers, better their lives. And every injury certainly knocks the wind right out of you, but that one will put a different finish on this for the Matadors, who otherwise have a lot to be happy about with this match. Ephraim taken down right outside the box. 43 seconds to go, and the Matadors will try and mount one more attack. McKenzie on the free kick, right at Morphin. It got knocked away, and then Morphin able to recover. That should do it with 15 seconds to go. Arizona Western looking to seal what will be a 6-0 victory. The Matadors improve to 6-2-2 overall, 2-0-1 in the ACCAC. The Geckos fall to 0-11, 0-4 in conference play. We invite you to stick around for the men's game coming up next between Arizona Western and Gateway right here on AWC Matador Athletics Facebook page. We will be back for the Lady Matadors match a week from today, Saturday, October 5th against Phoenix at 4:30 here on Facebook Live as well. Mats win 6-0. For Tommy Guzman, my camera operator, I'm Tim Slack. It's a great day to be a Matador as Arizona Western knocks off Gateway 6-0.